Another press statement coming from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ghana, led by Honorable Samuel OKUDZETO ABLAKWAH. And I read, it says, that is what I've put on your screen. Ghana, as a member of the United Nations Human Rights Council, expresses great concern over the post-election political and human rights situation in Tanzania. Ghana demands justice for all victims and an end to impunity. Honorable, greetings to you this afternoon. The nation uncle is here, and thank you so much for finally showing concern to what is happening in Tanzania. In fact, it saddens some of us when African leaders always pretend as if they are not aware of what is happening on our continent. You know, most of you will remember a few days ago, I sat at that spot to lash my foreign affairs minister, Honorable Samuel OKUDZETO ABLAKWAH, and I'm very sure that I'm not the only person who lashed him. Even when you go under his comment section, when they release a statement condemning the military takeover in Guinea-Bissau, when you go under his post, you read most of the comment, you find out that many Ghanaians were not okay with that condemnation. As I am and as I'll always be, when you do the right thing, I will commend you. When you mess up, I will lash you. So recently, I came out to lash my foreign affairs minister, and as I'm speaking with you, my foreign affairs minister has come out to issue a statement to the Tanzanian government. And let me read. That is what I've put on your screen. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a press statement, and let me read. It says, a post-election political and human rights situation in Tanzania. Accra, 3rd December 2025. Ghana has observed with great concern the rapidly evolving political and human rights situation in the United Republic of Tanzania following the recent held general election on Wednesday, 29th October 2025. Paragraph 2 says the post-election environment has unfortunately been characterized by significant security development, including loss of lives, street clashes, and violent standoffs between security forces and protesters, with considerable implications for the long-term stability of the country. Paragraph 3 says, Ghana particularly regrets the civilian casualties and extends heartfelt condolences to all the families who are grieving their loved ones lost to the unwanted violence. We also wish speedy recovery to all those who have suffered injuries. Paragraph 4. Ghana recognizes and supports the Tanzanian authorities' assurance to addressing impunity through accountability, justice, and respect for constitutional order. In this regard, Ghana affirms the importance of effective policing and public order measures as part of overall strategies for the promotion and protection of all human rights, especially of the protesters, as well as for accountability and justice, and urges the government to ensure that the security forces, other relevant state institutions in Tanzania are mindful of these obligations. Paragraph 5. Ghana stressed the need for enhanced effort on the part of all stakeholders, including the authorities, political parties, civil society, protesters, and security forces, to respect the rule of law, democracy, while upholding good governance and safeguarding the civic space critical to preventing any violations and abuses. The last paragraph says, at this critical juncture, Ghana, as a member of the United Nations Human Rights Council and mindful of its responsibilities to promote peace and human rights internationally, joins the call made by the African Union, the Commonwealth, and the United Nations, especially the call by the High Commissioner for Human Rights for all actors to exercise maximum restraint and for the conduct of transparent and credible, impartial investigation into the post-election violence, a fair, inclusive, and equitable process anchored in the rule of law will provide the victims, including those detained and the alleged perpetrators, access to due process guaranteed under international human rights law. Lastly, in this respect, Ghana calls on the international community to provide all necessary support to Tanzania, to all media houses. Honorable, me, if you do the right thing, I'll come here and applaud you. But if you mess up, I'll come here and lash you. So at least you've shown a concern. And as I came here to criticize you, I'm here to commend you for showing concern to what is happening in Tanzania. And that is what we all call for. You know, it doesn't always have to take the European Union, European Parliament, the white man, for them to show much concern to what is happening to us. What happened to African man solving the African problem? What happened to that? Yay! Must we always sit down and wait for the white man to come to our aid? Oh, you know, it saddens most of us when it has to take the white man, it has to take European Union, it has to take America and the likes for them to rather show concern to us, to Africans. When something is happening right under our nose, our leaders will keep quiet and act as if they don't know what is happening. It has to take all the way, Donald Trump all the way from America to issue a statement for the world to know what is happening in Nigeria, up to date, African Union, ECOWAS. I don't know what they are waiting for. To issue a statement to tell Tinubu that you have to be very proactive, put in measures to secure or protect the life of your citizens. African leaders are certain unconcerned. What is happening in Tanzania after election? Military men and policemen have been deployed to shoot and kill people as if they are animals. Look at what is happening in Uganda. Museveni is using power to abuse all opposition party members. Look at what is happening in Uganda. Look at what happened in Cameroon. And our so-called other civilian or democratic leaders will sit unconcerned, will sit as if they don't know what's happening. Until the military takes over, quickly they will come out to release statement, to issue statement. They condemn ABCD. We command you, or have they been putting? We command you to give power back to civilian rule, military, blah 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 blah, nonsense. Forgetting that you can help or you can guide your fellow civilian leaders, your fellow civilian government or democratic leaders when they are messing up. You can caution them, you can draw their attention, you can educate them, you can let them know that, you know what, when you guys keep on doing this, the people will lose confidence in democratic. As I'm speaking with you now, many African youth have lost confidence in democratic leadership, in civilian leadership. Many African youth have lost confidence in such system of governance. They've lost concern. Now, the African youth of today are much interested in military takeover. Why? Because so many years now we've been educated through our education system to accept and to agree to the democratic and the civilian leaderships. But it seems like the democratic and the civilian leadership has now become a cartel of dealers who put themselves together in various political parties, win power, and then treat the citizens anyhow, don't care about the welfare and the well-being, the economic well-being of the people. No, it's all about enriching themselves and enriching their political parties. And when you stand out as an activist, as a youth activist, as a protest, as a group, as youth protest against what is happening, they deploy the military on you, they deploy the police on you. They don't care about your life. They don't care of your life. They don't care about you. So now gradually the lives of Ibrahim Traore, the lives of Assimi Goïta, Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, they've proven that, you know what, the country can also be safe and can well be developed under a military leadership as well. And for that matter, many African youth, recently there was a survey by Afrobarometer, and as I'm speaking with you now, in Ghana, there are almost 55 to 60% youth that are interested in military takeover. It's all because of some of these things. It's all because of the abuse of power, how some so-called democratic leaders, claim office, or when they are being voted into office, they all of a sudden makes the office becomes as if it is their family willed property, their family willed bona fide property. When you go to Cameroon, a certain Pobia, an ancestor, a deity is sitting in that office, claiming the office to be his bona fide property. When you go to a certain Uganda, look at what is happening in Uganda. Look at what is happening in Tanzania. So the people that give you the opportunity to serve them, now the moment you get into this office, you become a god. You become, the office becomes your family property, and for that matter, the people have no say anymore. That is why many youth are now falling in love with the military leadership. Last but not the least, Honorable Samuel OKUDZETO ABLAKWAH, as you stated, Ghana, as a member of the United Nations Human Rights Council, Council expresses great concern over the post-election political and human rights situation in Tanzania. Ghana demands justice for all victims and an end to the impunity. Honorable, Thank you for showing concern to what is happening in Tanzania. Very fantastic. I've commend you on that. Now let me bring you to Ghana. You see this young gentleman on your screen, Honorable. Please, there is a human left going on in Ghana. Yes. Ghana is part of the world human rights, blah, 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 blah. But when you come to Ghana, this gentleman on your screen is suffering from a human left. I am told that he's been in police custody over a week now. The reason is that he made a defamatory, or he made some allegations to some regional ministers. He made it, he said it on radio that they are directly involved in Galamsey. Later on, he came out to issue an apology. He couldn't provide a concrete evidence, fact, to prove his point that they are directly involved in Galamsey. But with the assumption that there is a saying in our Cree language that Penyinia or Shema Mofrawe Nankano Yebu Nankarefo Kaho, an elder, a father who sits and watch his children to become thieves, to steal people without condemning or stopping them, punishing them, that father is also classified as a thief. That is the explanation of the adage or the proverb in Cree to English. Now, this activist who go by the name Wendell is a Fix the Country convener. Now, he sat on a radio station to make some allegations, and the regional ministers whom he mentioned their name found it a defamatory. They are not okay with that because the guy didn't provide any evidence. Fair enough. He came out to apologize few days after that statement on radio. Now, the apologies didn't end well with those that were mentioned. And for that matter, they went ahead to report him to the police. He was invited, or let me say he was arrested and put into police custody with the thinking that maybe they will write his statement, they will put his statement down and then forward the issue to court. If I say something about you, which happens to be a defamatory, you are not okay with it, it's a lie. What we know with my little understanding of the law, because we are in the nation of a rule of law, what I understand is I take you to court or you take me to court. If I say something, if I lie on you, if I defame you, if I lie on you, you summon me to court. Or you can report me to the police station, the police will come for me, my statement will be put down, and then the issue will be forwarded to court. So we go to the court to battle the issue. But as I'm speaking with you now, sake of the human left happening in this country, Ghana, this young gentleman is being kept in police custody over a week now. Honorable, I think you have to show concern to this issue as well. This cannot be human right. Yes. He has to be taken to court. Those who think he has defamed them, he has lied on them, should take the issue to court. Why is he in police custody over a week now? What is he doing there? Is it the human right or human left? We want to know. We want to understand. Okay? So please, Honorable Samuel OKUDZETO ABLAKWAH, you show concern to what is happening in Tanzania. But right in front of you, right in your home, there is a human left happening. Can you show concern to this, and let's make sure that the right thing is done? I'm not against him being taken to court, or I'm not against I'm not saying that he shouldn't be taken to court. No. Whoever feels defamed or whoever feels that he has lied on the person should take him to court for him to prove over there. But for him to be kept in police custody over a week, that is not human right. That is human left. I think so. Mepacho download the Jupe free app store and as a Play Store. See a menoka say never di usika money who do medi na Jupe and the best offers and I said the best rate on the market. See a dollar rate no see can see the nina na holding kakra no. They download the Jupe app on the corner rate no. Jupe app and the best rate on the market compared to all the other apps. Jupe all these benefits. In fact, the best rate one. 5% discount and also one and a zero charges. O send this car Jupe until free and no than chance o send this car to mobile money account so and now send that to bank account so o book the panel telephone number pay na edian the register no a year badada enya free now because on send the edbia amount o betimi so send this car to bank account direct Jupe and amount this office. Use agent code CHABAM CHABAM in capitals CHABAM never do 5% discount on any transaction use agent code no and that honum no in capital Chabam Piao.
Go Ghana mange obiara man humrizio na sabri edumesia nkosyohene ku ne nkosyohene ngasa na e biafo ne dom ne abrempo ne dumesia na no matena nkunga wode afie besim 2026 ye duma first no wore bremu nti obiara ntwen wo twam na mga no na afi besim no 2026 no enye krabehwe mga ne wo beja wo mem ohini bre bro bre bribinam